All right, good morning, traders. Welcome to the All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We're going to be going through live order flow analysis to understand what is the behavior of the participants in that auction process. The participants, what is the behavior of the participants in that auction process? The participants only behave with their order flow activity. It is the only way that they can engage in the markets. So that's why order flow can give you this edge by understanding their behavior, and that's what we're here for. So we had the onboarding webinar this morning. Actually, I covered for Dan 8 a.m. And 4 p.m. on Wednesdays, Brandon, and then I'll be on 1 p.m. on Fridays. So wherever you are around the globe, you can get up and running using Bookmap and get connected to data and we can answer your questions. Last call here basically for it's kind of end of the month here, so you've got another day or two for the Bookmap Pets trading companions. Pretty fun. It's been pretty funny to see people with their trading companions. Trading is a lonely business, so we thought we would try this as a competition. Take a photo of your pet along with Bookmap in the background, and then in social media of X, Instagram, and LinkedIn, hashtag Bookmap Pets uploaded, and you're in the game. Bruce's pilot program. So I've been showing this for the last month or so about this pilot program is very particular, it's very nuanced. It's a subsector of the or subset of the Bookmap Academy, and it is about how to build an edge. Okay, we find that most traders out there don't have an edge, and they're out there trading after watching some guru his webinar on a specific trading setup, and they understand the mechanics of the setup, they understand the technical analysis, but they don't know if it has an edge, and they're just kind of blindly throwing money at it. So we want to overcome that. We want a process here and that we offer in this pilot program. It's structured and you can measure along the way as you trade using replay mode in Bookmap and the web trading journal. If you want to sign up, I'll put the link into the chat for you so that you can check it out. Okay. All right. And the Bookmap Academy. Okay. So, well, this is our process in here that we go through in these webinars, in any webinar basically, that we want to understand on the higher time frame what's moving the market. What is the impetus here? Is it data? Is it news? Is it geopolitical? Is it technical levels? Is it all of these things? We want to understand that. This is where we start from the top and filter down. Then we look at key levels where price is going to react. We're looking for a reaction around our key levels. Then we get into scenarios and strategies. We start to build out the right edge. What might happen at our key levels? We can also look at other factors like previous high of day, low of day, time of day, VWAP, whatever it might be. And then finally, you can see where we get to our setup. Number 4 down here on the list, the last on the list. Setup is mechanical. You should have a checklist. You should know it intimately. You grade your setup, determine your sizing based upon the grade, and look to execute it and manage it via order flow events that you see in Bookmap to give you that edge. All right, let's go through the disclosures and jump in. General disclosure. All Bookmap Ltd materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's jump in. Okay, and take a look at these markets here. And let me see how everyone's doing. Let me go over to Discord. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Duzman, good morning. Alois, Matthew, Luciano. All right, and over here on, does VWAP really matter? Well, it does if you follow it. This is over on YouTube, Chetan. So it's a really good question. This for me, I don't know. I can't answer that because I haven't studied it. Now, we have other traders that are really good traders here over in the Bookmap community on Discord, as well as some that are educators. They use Bookmap, and I mean, they use VWAP, and they have studies based around it. Okay, and that's where you really separate the difference. And do I use GEX and spot gamma levels in Hero or other MenthQ or other services? No, I do not. But we have a lot of traders that do. And you might as well come over here again, Mark or Marge, and there's tons of content over here based on that. In fact, last week we had our Bookmap Pro Trader webinar with a few of the Bookmap Academy coaches that use those services. So they're looking at those as a confluence within their levels. Okay. Yeah, Robert Rother's stream is he's a VWAP trader or anchored VWAP trader. Thank you, Alois. Yeah, that's and he's very professional. He's been trading for a long time at some of the highest levels as a fund manager and etc. Let's see here. Let me put the there you go. There's that Bookmap pilot program in YouTube if you're interested. And then over here in the All Markets webinar chat room. Okay. All right. So let's jump in here looking at the ES and pretty interesting price action overnight. I was kind of surprised to see this move up to the upside here, but the way that it did it here, this choppy or this just very narrow range grind to the upside, and I don't know, like if you guys look at this or you follow the close, you know, these can be just pretty amazing, amazing trades. You know, understanding the close, how the market closed on Friday, and you know, understanding that you know, we were if we look on the daily over here, you know, it closed up here, right, on the daily over here on the left, and you know, if we see a lot of volume there, we would be looking for it to break this on the overnight, this 6,700 level, and the swing from the previous day on Thursday, and then maybe see a move back up to this swing here, which it's already broken, but now it's down below it. Okay, so pretty interesting move here, and then now you can see the chop though, and a lot of profit taking. The hour is showing it quite nice here. You see the move above the swing here, and then the sell off, and then we're right back in the middle. Okay, it already retested back up again. That's kind of bullish there. It did not retest the low yet, but we may see that soon, and we may get a gap fill, pretty big gap to fill here at the moment. This is with the overnight here. If I take that away, here we go on the 15-minute chart with the gap. All right, let's see. What else is going on? What's moving the market? Well, the geopolitical stuff. I mean, there's all sorts of things going on there. And what about economic events? Well, we have non-farm coming up. And employment data has not been very good. So the market is pricing in or looking forward to a good number is what it appears to be, but we don't know. You know, we're gonna know on Friday about that. We're going to get insight from some of the numbers from the ADP on Wednesday, as well as the weekly number on Thursday. Okay, that's something for you guys to consider when you're looking at your employment data. Now, I mean, it's It's not, there's no guarantee whatsoever, but look over the past 4 weeks. How have the numbers been for unemployment claims? Okay, start to put that together. This is how you can start to build out those scenarios that we were talking about earlier, and starting to understand, well, I don't think it's going to be very good if we do get a move back up to the upside. You are bearish. You're looking for something in the higher time frame levels, as well as the setup and order flow to maybe fill the gap, for example. That would be an opportunity, depending on what your studies are and what your strategy is. Let's see, what else do we got going on here? Yeah, that's right. We got the shutdown coming up as well, which is, I don't know. I don't even know what to think about those things anymore. And let's see. What else do we have coming up here? I think that about covers it. Oh, we have the ISM manufacturing, the purchasing managers index on Wednesday as well. Okay, at 10 o'clock. All right. Okay, so we got the kind of lay of the land on the fundamentals, and let's jump into the higher time frame levels. We already talked about the hourly, the daily, the gap fill, and this move to the upside, grinding move to the upside, and we talked also about the close on Friday. So you can always see the big candle spike here on the close typically, but I don't see anything out of the ordinary. In fact, if we look at some of the other data in here, it's looking pretty average. Anyway, let's jump over here and see what's going on. All right, so now looking at Bookmap, and we can see that grinding move to the upside here. And into and through areas of high liquidity along the way. Okay, and then here is the 9 o'clock top of the hour here. We come back up, retest this high, and we see the cash open here at 9:30, and a lot of volume picks up. Okay, so we come down below into other key levels in here. Here's one, and here's one. Right, so these have held. We did not break below those. Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on those, and we're going to see if we come back down and revisit those areas here, and we'll see if we see momentum pointing to some of that liquidity at these lower levels here. Okay, right now, volume profile wise as well, just see one big profile here. And a little bit off on the upside, but very little here on the downside from what I'm seeing. Do I have this filtered for the cash session? I don't think so. Let me insert a new column here, and we will filter it. So reset. Yeah, here we go. Session start. That's kind of correct, but I'm going to go with 9:30. I'm going to go with cash only. There we go. And there's our profile for the cash session right here. Okay, so if you guys like that, and you can also right click in here and configure different POCs. Okay, so this is the POC from this column here, and you can see the little yellow POC up here. Now the session volume profile I have here is for everything that I have in the session here from Bookmap, and so you can see it pretty much adds in all of that data in here, but the profile is going to be a little bit different, a little bit bigger. You can see it above in here, right? That's where it has not visited since the cash session. Anyway, if you want to put a POC on that, you can also look at that one. Okay, I know a lot of you guys do, and then you might want to change the color on that one. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, different POCs. Okay, they are actually one and the same right now. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys that in case that's something that you look at. All right. Okay, looking pretty good. Looking for those sellers here. This is the next test down. Looking for them to hit into this liquidity at 16 and 15 here. And maybe we can get more than that and get our gap fill, which is where? Well, I mean, we can also look at other areas of liquidity down here. We see some coming in at 10. We see some at 04 and maybe down here at the figure as well at 6,700. All right, let's jump back to that higher time frame for just a second and the back and forth in here. And this is our third attempt here on the 15-minute chart. So I would look for, and we're getting a little bit of a bump here, but I'm looking for this to a retest again and see if we can get back down into this 15 level here. So let's see if we can get that. And 15 would be down here. All right, so there's a pullback there. Okay, so let's see if we can volume. You see the volume delta bars as well as the dots in here. You see a little bit of buy volume starting to pick up in here, and this liquidity did fill. But I don't see a whole lot of buying yet, so it's just testing or it's breaking the trend line. But what about this structure here? It's just testing it right now. Okay, and what I'd be looking for in here for a potential setup would be I don't want to see buy volume, right? I want to see exhaustion from the buy side. We're up at a level here now. It's not, it's no big great key level, but it is a level on a smaller time frame. Okay, so let's see if we get exhaustion. We get sellers here. Let's see if they can hit the bid and come back down to this little area where it broke from here, and then all the way back down into the swing low, as well as 15 or 16 down below. Okay, not seeing it at all. We're kind of looking for that setup and just not seeing it. Okay, that's not setting up. So this is turning into kind of a break here, and coming back up to the next swing here. Okay. Now, for those of you in the pilot program, this is not the setup of the trend line break and accumulation. I mean, it's kind of looks like it because we do have some accumulation here, a little bit in here, and some here. And we are at a level down here. It's not that key, though, right? So you can see, like, we're not, this is, I mean, it's doing something. It's doing a break of that, of the structural levels here. I just don't think it's high probability. I don't think the key level is good, and I don't think this kind of accumulation with the passive liquidity getting filled on the bid in these areas in here are good either. I don't like it. I would just pass on this, even though it's working out. All right. Okay, back up to the swing here now. And let's see if we get some exhaustion now. We got a low volume node here as well. Yeah, sorry for the other day, guys. I had some food poisoning in the morning, and that was on Friday, and I just could not make it. I was pretty sure I was going to feel better in the afternoon. I've had that happen before. So yeah, we were able to have the onboarding and the coaches webinar with David. So that was good. If you guys didn't see that, it was a great webinar. We had some great webinars all week with all the Bookmap Academy coaches. Okay, we'll put together a playlist for you guys. We haven't really made them public on YouTube yet, but we did make them the recordings accessible for you guys in here. Good morning, Stephen. I'll have to find those links for you, Stephen. I don't have them offhand right now. We're going to put it into a playlist as well. Okay, let's see if we get our and this has been kind of a funny move here. I'm still looking for some exhaustion, some sellers, and trade right back down, maybe to boy, that's only like 2.5 points or 3 points to 24, but nothing yet. I mean, just above the swing here, some liquidity getting filled, and buyers still keep trying to push it here. Oh yeah, we've got David's recorded, Stephen, so no worries. Okay, let's see a couple questions here. Yeah, Bookmap data is only for Bookmap, as Alois mentions there. You will need to subscribe to Bookmap first in order to have Bookmap data. Let's see. Marge is asking, how can you tell when they are stop orders on the chart, and how do you identify them from others? Okay, this is a great question. I've got stops and icebergs in the subchart down here, and blue line are iceberg transactions. Okay, we can identify them once they start to transact. We know how much is behind it. Well, no, we don't. We know once it's fully executed, we know how much was behind it. We also know if it was canceled, or if it was moved, or if it's still in the market. Those are the things we know about icebergs. Okay, now again, these are also they're not the synthetic icebergs. They're native to the CME. Okay, just so you know that. Now the stops is a red line here, and how do we know that? Well, it's market by order data. We don't know where the stops are. But we know when they transact that it was a stop order. Now, there's a caveat there as well, Marge, and that is we don't know if that was a stop order to enter or to exit. We just know it was a stop order transaction. Okay, look at these buyers in here, really pushing it. Okay, so looks like they want to transact up into this 29.30 here. And nothing's really stopping this here. I mean, like, we thought we'd get a reaction here. Now it's looking for high a day, basically, once we get through this liquidity up in here. Okay, maybe this is high enough here to get some sellers now. It looks like it. All right, sellers, let's see you break this now. They got some power here. Let's see if they can break this little range here and trade right back down to 24 and 22, 23. All right, and then how to use the stops is a great question. Okay, we can also I have stops here on the subchart, but I can put them onto the chart as well. Yeah, I've got it open here. Okay, so there's 29 stops. Here's 83 actually people getting stopped out that bought, and here's some sellers. Looks like, well, we don't know again, but we have 29 up here. These are buy stops, so we assume typically it's a stop to exit. and it's retail behavior. All right, so let's see the sellers now. It's the seller's time to move it back down to these levels we just talked about. Okay, and that transition, like we were saying, well, really looks like it wants to trade into 29 and 30. We didn't even trade there. We see that big sell order or transactions in here, and we were looking for sellers to be able to take it down into some of these previous levels that we kind of bypassed earlier. Okay, so again, I'm still looking for the sellers to hit it hard into 24 and 22.5 here. Okay, it's not a trade recommendation. We're just reading the order flow and the transactions, and relative as well. Okay, look at the selling in here. This buying in here that we were looking at, we didn't really like it, and it's not that great. I mean, let's zoom out a little bit more. Okay, this compared to the selling in here, relative, there's more selling. All right, sellers, let's see it now. We had a pullback. We didn't have much buying here, so I'm looking for the sellers again. And here we go into 24, and let's look at this in here. This is something that I've been looking at for quite a while, and I have not really wrapped a momentum strategy around it. Shark, we were talking about this. Is just measured moves. I really like them, and I start to understand like how much power the market has, and start to gain understanding of how far it might be able to move with some momentum behind it. Okay, so yeah, kind of crazy market here. Like well, we didn't even get down to 24, but I'm still looking for it. All of a sudden buyers started coming back in. Okay, so like a move here, 24.5 on up to 27, and let's say a half, let's say about 3 points, right? And then we get some sort of that seems to be the small, very small impulse moves right now, about 3 points. Okay, and then probably about 1.5 or 2 on the way back, right? So this, I find it helpful to understand a move back up into an area, and then look for some sort of order flow exhaustion or absorption, stop run, and then looking for the move back into the range. Okay, now these are scalp moves, and you know, just to look for that. Like for example, now let's see, like here's a move here. I would look for kind of the same move here. It's kind of already done it. But I think there's a little more selling in here, so I think we can probably get 3 out of it then. So 26.75 to 23.75 down here. And we cannot, not yet. Just back and forth. Okay, so equal, the move down and kind of an equal move back up, and that kind of takes the wind out of our sails for that idea. Okay, I mean we'll look for an equal move back down, and that would be just down to 25.25 here. Let me see if there's any questions here. Yeah, Shark, you're bringing up a good question here about this iceberg order, and I see Alois has already answered. Yeah, yeah, I would agree, Alois. It looks to me like it's some sort of algo band that's just it's hidden. Started to transact as an iceberg, and this is what we're talking about, guys. That Shark looked at on Friday on the bid here. Okay, it's only for 3, as you can see. So, and it keeps on pulling, and then from different price level to price level. So clearly, an algo, it's just kind of following the price action from a distance. Okay, let me clear the drawings here. Boy, guys, it's pretty choppy. I mean, it's really there's not a whole lot going on, and like I'm still a little surprised of that move to the upside though. And then let's take a look at the price action in here. Okay, so and let's zoom in a little bit. Okay. All right, so we were actually looking for the move to come back down into, because we saw the selling. This was a third attempt down here. We just kind of broke it slightly and we found buyers again. Okay, coming back up. All right, so now this will be basically the third attempt to back up to this swing high of 31 and a quarter. Now, if we're getting all this buying down in here, I'm really curious. Like we should get enough buying to come up into this little swing here from the last 15 minutes at 28.50 and break it and come on up to 31. We should, because we're seeing that there's buyers interest in these wicks down in here. These are wicks, right? Here, let's just put on the candlestick chart. All right, and what is this here? Yeah, 15-minute. Okay, perfect. And what else do we know here? Well, the move to the upside here was pretty good just after 10 o'clock. And then a big stop run here. And it comes right back down and trades the other side of the range. All right. Sorry guys, I got to reply to someone here. All right. Still just chopping around in here. Boy, is it tough read. I mean, like, look, something that I really like, and we have a piece of content on this, or a setup on this, is these momentum moves, like when we retest these areas, like right now. And so I'm really looking for buyers in here, and the order book to support this, due to this factor here, right? We've been chopping around. We've retested 3 times down here, and we did not go lower. So we did not find sellers here. So we're finding buyers on these wicks. So I'm looking then for now the third, or the attempt back up in here to at least trade up to 31. We should be able to break that then, right? So we're looking for these buyers right now, in here, and for them to break the top edge here, okay, and then trade up into, well, here's our 31 or 32 up here. So I would be looking for that right now, and let's see if they here they are. We've got enough buying pressure. See it building here. So I'm looking actually for not only the buyers to move it up into these areas here. I'm also looking for them to hit a lot of people and their stops. Okay, so what's going to fuel this move is going to be a lot of these people selling in here, and them getting stopped out up on the move to the upside here. Okay, so see that pressure building here. For those of you guys who look at your, well, it's not the best weak top here. It's not really that great, but you can see that it's a P-shaped profile. But I would look for this to break now. Now, again, it's not a trade recommendation, but it's setting up nicely. Now, another thing that helps with that is understanding the volume behind it, and this is kind of like a cup and handle pattern in here. Okay, and I just want to go over like what a cup and handle is. I mean, you see the cup here, but it just means it's kind of like an inverse head and shoulders, that there's buyers here, the pullback was slight, and there's more buyers in here, pullback is slight. That's what makes the handle. So what we're looking for is, again, we may need to rotate back down here again, but then reject and come back up here and then break out. Okay, because we got to, we're seeing the buyers here, but we need to see them break the structure. Okay, what else do we have going for us in here? Okay, we don't have too much in the order book. Typically, we like to see a strong bid underneath. There we go. See how the bid started to step up a little bit. Let's see if they step up here at 27.5, 28. And then let's see if maybe these guys at 30, 29.75, let's see if they pull. Okay, then I'd look for that to fly through up into 32.5. Okay, here you can see that top edge building here now. See how this is much better now? Okay, now we're getting some sellers here, but you know how much traction do the sellers get? Okay, I mean we may come back down and then reject and come right back up. We've seen that scenario play out many times. Essentially what's happening on that, and this is just to get into some nuances in here about some of the order flow and the transactions, you know, in the market structure. The nuances would be this, like, are we getting these buyers in here? Yes, we are. Do we have something on the bid? It's starting to show now, but I see some sellers in here. So what can happen a lot of times is either that's it, and now we're going to get the breakout, right? Which actually I would bet on that one right now. But again, not a trade recommendation. And look for this to stream up into that 32.5. But a lot of times what we get is buyers, and they just can't lift it and break into the new area here. That's when we'll get a sell-off down below, stop everybody out, find more buyers, come right back up, V bottom, come right back up, get the buyers, and then get the breakout. It's maddening, but we see it so many times. We've kind of made that into a setup, and it's something to look for because the buyers just can't. You're not finding new buyers, and not enough to make that break happen. See, like right here, we got enough buyers only up into this liquidity here. I thought that was enough to stream up into 32.5. And clearly it wasn't. All right, let me get to some questions here because, like, you know, on a day like today, we don't really. I would say this is. It's just we're looking for this event to unfold, but it just doesn't look all that great. I mean, you know, we're and this would filter it out. I mean, we would not be looking for this to take as a high probability trade. Okay, take care, Luciano. You have a key auction reversal from the 19th at 31.5. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think let's go back here. Yeah, I mean, this is funny. I mean, I mean, this is just going to be super choppy then, and it's just going to be horrible price action. Thought we had enough to get back up and at least test the highs here, because we did not find the sellers down here. So I don't know what you got, 31.5 from the 19th, huh? Shark. Here. Okay. Yeah, so we got a kind of a couple here. And again, like, I understand what you're looking at, Shark. And it's, we're talking about transactions up at this price level. So acceptance, even on the daily chart, it tested up there, and it tested here again on the 24th. So, there could be kind of a lot of error between this somewhere around 30 and all-time highs at 35. This was something that we've been seeing for quite a while too. Of if we, it was several weeks ago or over the last few months, price action up at all-time highs, and then no one wants to buy the highs, and we rotate lower, and then maybe bounce around a little bit, then rotate quite a bit lower, and then come back up, and then go to all-time highs. Okay, very similar to that move we're just talking about in here on a very low time frame. Okay, because we're just not finding buyers here. We're finding buyers buying the dips, and we've talked about it many times. And we look for that phenomena. Any other questions over here on YouTube? Let's see. Yeah, the Pro Trader webinars will be available later this week, I think. Gurdeep. Yeah, so yeah, here we go. Right, just broke up into here, and that was it so far. Okay, now let's see. We're seeing those sellers come in. Boy, it's not a whole lot to cover, guys. Like we can go over maybe more micro time frames to go over order flow and understand some things. Like here, for example, let's go through the trend line break and accumulation setup, right? Okay, here. Now this would be on it's just the same idea, but on much lower time frame. Okay, so now, is this a key level on this time frame? Kind of, maybe a little bit better down here, right? Okay, so we're looking for now accumulation on the bid. Okay, buyers getting filled on the bid. Stop runs is good. Now we're looking for a structure break. Okay, now the structure doesn't have to be diagonal. It can also be a horizontal structure. Okay, and now we're looking for aggressive buyers, green dots. Okay, let's see if we get them here. Then we get our green dots, and what are we looking for? We're looking for a move back up to maybe the swing high up here or here. So we're, you can see we're not talking about much, right? 26 and a half or 26 and a quarter. Yeah, we don't get it. We don't get enough buyers in here. So we're, it broke the structure, but it wasn't a whole lot of buying in here. We can see that, right? And we would be looking for is the target up here if we had those aggressive buyers. Okay, so let's see if we can get one more swing lower, and then we'll look at another structure here. Okay, so what we're doing is just to break down some of these ideas in lower time frames. Okay, because these markets are fractal, and the same thing occurs on multiple time frames. Okay, so there we go. Now there's a big break. That's going to be a huge stop run. All right, there it is. Okay. And it's a bit different setup here at this point. Oh, SVP twice here. As you can see, this one is filtered here for the cash session, Al, and the other one is for everything, since I opened up Bookmap. All right, that's what it is. And I demoed, you can have 2 points of control in here as well. So maybe it's up to you, price in the extended hours traded up here. Okay, cash session though, this has been the high here. Okay, here we go. Now let's see. I don't like it, but we do have another area here, and we do have a stop run here, but we don't have a key level. Yeah, we might get it, but I just, even on a fractal, I wouldn't look at this here. It doesn't fit the criteria. One thing that is good that we talked about the last Bookmap pilot program meeting is looking for this. This is a huge stop run. Okay, everybody stopped out, so that can be a really good one to look for if we can get buyers back up above here at 24. Okay, but we're in the middle of nowhere. I mean, we do have a profile here. You do have a low volume node down here. You got a much better low volume node down at 17 and a half. And that's way down here. Marge, can I talk about the right side and how to analyze those areas? The order book bars, not the heat map. Oh yeah, sure. Well, this is the in fact, here I'm just going to get rid of the cash session SVP. Marge, this is the current order book. How to read the current order book? Well, I mean, there's a bunch of different ways to look at it. Okay, where is their liquidity? Okay, 119 up here, 108 up here, 125 down here. Okay, these are the larger areas here. Also 113 down here. Okay, now we're looking for price transacting into some of those levels, or we're looking for some sort of influence in here. And is price interested in going and transacting up into some of these levels here? Okay, we've got our profiles here, so maybe there we'll find interested. We know there's interested buyers down here. Okay, we see them in the order book. Did they transact? Not yet. Okay, I would want to see the transactions, and then I would like to see actually a little bit of a stop run through it and then come back up, and then I'd look for buyers to take it back up into the mean here. Okay, at 25. Okay, makes sense. Okay, I don't see a whole lot of liquidity there at 25. It's a little bit higher. Okay. Another way to do it, Marge, is from the that's the outside in. This would be the inside out. Looking for these sellers in here to really pick it up and push it into this liquidity down in here. Okay, so do we see that? And you'd be looking at your transactions in here as well. You might be looking at Dome Pro. We have Marge, if you like that. We have two different domes actually. You can here. I'll add it here on this one through the trading dome here. And I'll have to remove them all because it really puts in a bunch of columns here. And here on the bid, here on the offer, and you can see the we can put in the transactions here. SVP, for example. We can move it over in the middle. We can even configure that and split it out, right? Just like that. And then look at those transactions. Okay. So and then here's our price ladder over here. Okay. We can reset this if we want. Here, we'll reset it right now. There we go. Right. So you can see there's incredible flexibility in here. Okay, look, sellers hitting the bid, more sellers. Okay, well, where would they go? Well, let's see if they can get down to this 21.5 here. And now buyers come back in and counter. Okay, now this in here and reading your dome, I mean, there's a lot of dome traders. And this is something that they like, and they can read well. I find it kind of difficult because you got to be looking at these numbers all the time and note how they change. And then when they change, we don't have any record of it. That's what I find is a problem here, because instead I can just look at the heat map. I know that they're still here. I know they've been in here. I know that they started to transact in here and we bounced. Okay, so that's just fact. So it's easier for me to just look at the price action over here, the volume dots, and the liquidity. And I have the previous swings and transactions as well. Okay, so here we are back up above. Now, let's see if enough buyers to break that and trade up into high liquidity, maybe up here, 26, right? Let's see it, buyers. Okay, you're up, you're out. Now, let's see if they continue. Okay, we're looking at the buyers here. Yeah, starting to raise it a little bit. Okay, we can just look at the size and color of the dots though too. Okay, moreover, we can look at in Bookmap, we already talked about this. We see that big stop run here. Okay, you'd have to remember that in your dome. That'd be pretty challenging. And I don't think you would have access to the stops and know that this is big. This was 500. And so we just record it all and make it available here. Okay, so here's another rotation back up. Okay, are we getting buyers back up here? Let's see. Okay, one test up here. Now I'm looking for a retest up here and more buyers. If I get them, let's see it. If I get them, I'm looking for right to 26. Okay, maybe higher. Okay, well, we didn't get them. All right, so let me close up all of these because I also want to show you another dome in here that comes with Bookmap Global Plus. It's included. Okay, that's the Dome Pro. Actually, I don't want that one. And we don't want to split them here. And let's go to add-ons. Marge, you'll see it in here. Maybe you do. I do not. Let's see here. I know I've got it. Here it is. Okay. Enable it. Boom. Here you go. Very professional dome, as you can see. It's got everything you'd want in here. You can move all of these columns around as well, just like I was showing earlier. And look at the volume profile columns. Okay, you've got the sell volume, so you got it split out. Okay, sell volume, buy volume, and then you've got the delta here as well. Okay, you've also got the SVP, or the session range volume profile here. Position in queue. When you set orders in here, you'll see your position in the queue. Okay, you can trade from this as you like, yeah. You can kind of see there's also an algo in here. See in the on the offer, see where it's kind of dark red, like up here. See that? That should, that was at 34, right? Ooh, that's pretty far up. Let's go back here. Let's take a look at it again. Okay, so here no, I'm sorry, at see 122 up here. Ah, there we go. Geez. Okay, 122 at 26 and a quarter. Okay, so see the 26 and a quarter here? Well, they just pulled it right here. That's what we were looking at. Okay, so it's kind of nice how in Dome Pro we will kind of mark those areas up for you a little bit, so you can start to see where that high liquidity is coming in. All right, I'm going to close it up. Let's go back in here and we can configure this again. Clear all resets. There we go. So we're back to our full session range volume profile. All right, let's see now. I'm looking now to see if we get enough sellers in here to retest back down here. So the inside out move is what I'm looking for. Okay, and this is kind of a microcosm move in here. Impulse move, chop and pull back, followed by another impulse move. Okay, so Shark, this one's kind of related to what we talked about earlier, of looking at this as being an impulse move. Okay, and then this, after all that chop, can we get another impulse move into this area down here? Okay, this is a tricky one. It can be a tricky one, but usually, I mean, we see it all the time during this webinar. This is a small version of it, though. Okay, so it's a small version of it. Impulse move, pull back, impulse move. In fact, we get a reversal, and then it fails, and then we get the impulse move continuation. Okay, so let me show you which one I'm talking about here, because it looks like this is playing out pretty nicely. Let's see. We go to the Learning Center. Okay. Yeah, it's this. If you go to the supply and demand setups course here, failed mid-morning reversal. I put this in here because we've seen it so many times, and it's a beauty to follow, because there's a lot of chop during this session that we've seen so many times, and it looks like the aggressive buyers are going to move it back up into these areas in here. And then what happens is you get this kind of double top in here. You get that reversal. It starts to unfold. Leg one, leg two, and then it fails. And then we get some exhaustion in here, and some other things. We get one more push actually, and at a key level, and then the market just sells off. Okay? And we look for high liquidity down on the bid. So in the end, that you can see this impulse move here. Let me stop this for a second. So we see impulse move, pull back, impulse move. Okay, makes sense. Okay, that's what I'm looking for here. Now this is a smaller version of it, like I said. Here, I'll put that into the chat for you guys. I mean, it can be a great setup. Okay, there it goes. Okay, going to lows of the day here. We see some good momentum. I'd look for it to, continue here into the 15 liquidity. But not, I don't know about much more. I mean, now we were looking for these buyers trying to lift it because we didn't find the sellers in here. Now we're finding the sellers, and now we're at the lows of the day here. And now we can get maybe that follow through. Okay. Now, I don't know about that down here. I think we're going to get a reaction here. We'll probably find some buyers and maybe a bounce back up, but we might get the follow through back down to the 6,700 figure, somewhere in here. Tricky stuff. I mean, like, this session during this time of day, you always kind of think, wow, it's such a good time to trade. A lot of times what we see is an early momentum from the cash open at 9:30 East Coast to about 10. Maybe it continues, but a lot of times around between 10 and 11, you get all of this chop like this. And then later in the afternoon, you get the continuation move. Okay, or after the London close, maybe around 11:30, you get that continuation move. Yeah, that happens a lot. Okay, the swings down here at this 15 and a half or so. There we go. Hey, or in YouTube, I'll put this into you to the book as well, or into the chat as well. There you go. What time frames do I prefer to look at, Chetan? Well, it depends. It depends on what's setting up. I mean, I love a higher time frame move any day. It's just that those just take a lot longer, and you don't get as many. So during this webinar, we look at many different things. Now, this is Leroy. This is the S&P E-mini. I do have gold up though. If you guys want to take a quick look at gold, okay, it's looking pretty miserable too. Oh yeah, Al, can we simulate trading with Bookmap and replay? Absolutely. In fact, if you're interested, that's what we have here in that pilot program that I was showing earlier. We utilize heavily that the replay mode. The reason why is because you can play so many instances over and over again rapidly. This is, I think, the best way I've seen of building out your edge quickly, and that's why I was kind of inspired. I've been inspired for a long time by like some of those online poker players and also virtual racers. How online poker players, they before it was those online rooms were banned. They were playing like 10, 20 rooms at a time or whatever, at least 10 or at least multiple, put it that way. And they would gain so much experience so quickly, and were able to become really good poker players because of that experience. That's the same idea here with the replay mode. You can speed it up 64 times, 132 times, whatever it is. You can 256 times. I wouldn't recommend that. I think somewhere between 2 to 4 to 64 is something to consider. Okay, even 64 is pretty dang pretty fast. All right, we're getting follow through on that move here to the downside. Great. So that we can talk about that gap fill now. Oh, 3.5 and 6,700. Moreover, Al, you can use the replay mode combined with not options. You can't use options in there. It's going to have to be the underlying. But you can also follow it, the trades that you take in replay mode on the web journal in Bookmap. Okay, all these tools are included. Okay, they're all a part of the Bookmap global, global plus for the web journal, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, so here's my replay mode file here. I can't remember the last time not too long ago, the 22nd. So I've been kind of hit and miss in here. But you can see the metrics in here. You can get understanding of how you're doing. But You know, some of the other students in that pilot program. Okay, here's some forward testing. Trading is life. Okay, now this is live trading, and this is studying one setup, and then taking it further. Let's see, Andre. Okay, so you only got a couple trades in here. Replay mode for Duzman. Look at this, beautiful, right? You know, look at how many trades he has in here. Okay, so he has 62 trades in here. Okay, who's gonna learn how to become a trader quicker, knowing exactly what they're looking for, going through their reps like this? It's going to be Duzman. He's put in the work, he's put in the effort, he knows the setup, he's seen it and traded it now 64 times or 62 times. And then you can get into the forward testing. Yeah, Duzman, I know you've already been doing it. I don't know if I have your file in here, or your yeah, your forward testing. Anyway, here, let's take a look at another one in here. Show Laura's forward testing here. Okay, so these are real trades. Like you know, it's in demo, but she had to wait for it. Okay, and here she's got 40 trades in here, right? Okay, so she's already done the replay mode, and she built up about 50 in there, I think, so far, something like that. And then she went into forward testing. She's got another 40 in here. She's into live trading now too. Okay, so through repetition like this, with a simple setup that's clear and focused, that's what we're looking for. Okay, and that's how you can take advantage of that pilot program and build out an edge for yourself. All right, so let's see what's going on here. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere here, and we see how the structure broke here, but I'm not looking for a reversal here. It might happen, but I want to see the lots of accumulation here passively, and then I want to see things kind of turn around, and I need to see the structure break and hold, and then I'm looking for aggressive buyers. Now we might get them here, right? Again, this is another one I would pass on. I just don't see it on the bid, nor do I have a key level. I don't know, maybe it's some sort of key level in here from somebody, but look at the bid. It looks strong, looks very strong in here. So I would look for buyers to lift it here, back up into maybe back up into the range up in here. But it's not the setup we're looking for from the trend line break and accumulation. Okay, bid is strong. We're starting to get buyers though, and we just don't have all the pieces, so we stay away. And that will protect your account. And then when you do see it, it'll be very clear. You'll take it, and you'll have a higher probability trade. You'll have an edge. All right, guys. Well, let's see. We're just kind of getting down to the end of the European session. Oh, okay. There, you got your forward testing journal in there. Excellent. Let me see if I can bring it up. Duzman. Yeah, you've been putting a lot of effort into it. It's great. Hey, what's your feedback on it? You know, how do you like it? How's it coming? I mean, I can only imagine that it's an exponential learning curve. Yeah, Duzman, I think we'll have a chat. I think later this week in the pilot with the pilot program. But yeah, it looks like you've got to you might want to go back to replay mode for a bit. Okay, that forward testing is the one thing that we want to avoid in here is the markets are so good at taking your time, and that's we don't want that. We want the markets to work for us in our time. So avoid trading things unless you see something really good. See how we were saying, well, look at this bid in here. It looks pretty good, but it's not the setup we're looking for. We avoided it, and now it's traded right back down here. Okay, now we don't know in here. I don't really have much of an opinion on this. All I know is I'm not at a key level, and I don't see a lot of accumulation here on the bid. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, good to hear, Duzman. So you like the program. You had no real way to kind of vet a trade, and this process puts you on that path, and great support as well. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Make that distinction. We also mentioned that you've got to. Oh, you stopped forward testing a couple of weeks ago. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, I mean the forward testing is going to be interesting. It's where you start to make a transition because it's not just the setup. You've got other factors. You've got much more information about higher time frame levels, reading those, as well as geopolitical and economic events, as well as uh, no, I think that's about it, really. Yeah. So, but those are important pieces to put in here. Okay, like right now, you wouldn't know that in the replay file in here, right? You wouldn't know, like, is this a key level or not? And we know it's not. Okay, so we stay away from it. Yeah, it's like I said, if we stay away from this, that means we can go practice more on our downtime, right? So as I was mentioning before, with the Global Plus, you have an extra copy of Bookmap on another. You can use on another machine, but only for replay mode. Well, go hit it up. Go while nothing's happening here. Get good at it. When it does set up in here, it'll be easy. It'll be easier. All right, guys. Let's wrap it up. If yeah, you guys want to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, come over to that pilot program and sign up, or sign up on Discord. We've got all sorts of, there's no cost to it. You will need to have Bookmap, but there's no cost to it. So yeah, come on over and get involved. See if this is something that works for you. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up. Thanks for coming, everybody. Not much of a session. We did see a few good things. This was the best thing we saw here, was this continuation, pullback, and continuation trade. And we said even that was kind of it was a microcosm of the failed reversal, mid-morning reversal. Anyway, Thanks, everybody. We'll catch up with you tomorrow, same time. Take care. Bye-bye.